All right, welcome back. Star Wars Racing Incorporated. Runoffs update. It is Monday, August 15th. So we've got about 6 weeks. So it's, last week of September. So September, yeah, it's about 6 weeks total. And so, yeah, Runoffs preparation continues. And again, like I've been almost posting every day now. I'm just going to post on YouTube for the next few times so I don't get people crazy on Facebook. But those of you who want to tune in, see what's going on, then you can, right? I don't want to get Facebook people all crazy posting every day. But the fact is that the preparation is every day. If you want to be done on time. In my case, I want to be done about 2 to 3 weeks before the run-ups with everything. So here's the update. All right, update. We've got the Tokicos are back in the rear. So yeah, testing them out and everything. Yeah, definitely a little better, stronger shock for the back. For the meantime, until I can get new Tokicos or Bilstein or whatever. But for the moment, those are my better shocks in the back. Also got my adjusters back in, so I'm gonna take the car for weight and corner balance, so we may need to raise or lower the car. So I went ahead and mark sort of the starting point there, so when we turn we know, okay, lap, one turn, two turns, nothing major, but little details that can save you time later. I haven't started with this yet because I'm working on other things for the moment. Got the oil pan back down there, so well, also here we went ahead and replaced this guy here. The other one was okay, kind of pieced together, but we already had this from before, so why not? Let's go with everything new. Also rerouted it to the top instead of the bottom, and so we're gonna test it, make sure the tire's not gonna rub when I'm turning that way. But I think this is kind of the way it used to be. It's a little better that way. The tire never rubs us in. So we'll test it out. But new, looking good. Also, very important. So I think very important to point out. So I was having, because we're done with this problem, a little bit of oil overflow coming out of the catch can, right? So what happens with that, the oil gets all over here because it's on this side, the catch can is right here. So the oil gets everywhere, and including these areas, including the pads, sometimes even so very important, brake clean all this. I brake clean around here, the back of the rotor, behind the rotor, and also this area also has some oil. So before I put this on, make sure the clamp stays on. I went ahead and brake clean, make sure there had no grease or oil in there. So just little details. Also, this area is already clean for the most part, not from all the real grease. So then we're gonna do pressure wash a little bit to kind of knock off the rest, but this is already pretty clean. All right, so oil pan is back on, so you can see there, looking good. So we put the oil tonight, just now, and then usually these little bolts, especially on the rotary, you can't time up too hard because then you'll break them. Very low torque on those things. So yesterday I went ahead, put the oil pan, just let the silicone dry out for about an hour or so, and then torque them a little bit, decently okay. So now we're gonna see if there's any leak just from oil sitting there, which shouldn't. And if we do, then we'll time, whatever area that is, we'll tie that bolt a little bit more. But you want to be careful with these bolts, because then I've stripped a couple, and then I have to take them out. Thankfully, it's been some of these. I always make sure not to over tie those ones over there because I don't have access to it with the bolt remover. So I always take a little more chance with these guys over here. But anyways, so we'll see if there's any leak or anything going on. Hopefully not. I don't think there'll be by any means at all. So until we start the engine, then we'll see if there's anything going on. But yeah, that's all done in there, looking good. So what are we doing here preparation wise? Already took the plugs out, cleaned them out, put them back in. These for now. We're gonna put new ones for the runoffs, but since we're gonna do a dyno, we're gonna go with these. These are only like a week and all, maybe 2 at best. So we're starting just to deep clean around here. So I already went ahead and just untied everything, because all these cables were still, as you can see, they're pretty shiny. They still got some oil. So I untied everything. So I'm gonna go through all of them and clean them by hand. You know, do some cleaner, clean that stuff up real good. Also, I already went through these guys, remove the cables, clean up, you know, because oil was splashing just about everywhere. A little bit, not so much in this area, but still they were getting some oil. So clean all the cables already, all the boots already clean. And also, you want to make sure you clean on the inside in there. Make sure, you know, I got a Q-tips, and then put some brake cleaner and just clean that up real good. But yeah, these are all clean now. Got my OEM oil filter there. It's part of the overall kind of going back to basics in terms of this piece right here, which is what was causing my issue here. This was kind of badly positioned, so basically I went back to everything the way I had it originally. So and actually it felt pretty good. The reason I took the oil pan out was also to check the oil pressure regulator in the front and in the back. This one's got 2, and yeah, the one in the front came right off, which is good. I think we finally sort of I think it was getting stuck because this was creating some sort of pressure, and I think the bypass, that front oil regulator, was getting stuck in the close position. So we'll see when we go to the dyno. We'll be 1,000% sure. So we'll hopefully to go this week. So I'm gonna remove these cables as well. They got a little bit of oil too. So remove everything, clean it by hand. You don't want any oil in this area. You know, want everything to be nice and clean, in case of any issues, right? Also, brake clean all this area, brake clean all of that. So I'm gonna put some new tape here. So, you know, just kind of overkilling everything at this point. There's plenty of time for a good preparation, so we're gonna do everything to the letter. So I think that's about it. I'm just gonna finish cleaning, just put the cables back on. You know, put this real nice. Of course, you don't want this hanging. You know, I zip tie these guys real nice and neat. Obviously, run out and clean them, so I'm not gonna do that. Same thing for those guys back there. And then the car will be ready for tomorrow to start it up and make sure everything's good. And then put the tires on. Hopefully take it to the dyno Thursday or Friday for our final checkup on oil and also on the drive shaft. So drive shaft's back on, rear end's all together, so topped off. So we're moving right along. So anyways, the advice is runoffs, get it done as early as possible. Here's some of the cables. You know, I'm just cleaning the tips of them. You know, you can feel a little oily, so brake clean those a little bit and put them back on. You know, just the little details that can ruin the weekend, of course, right? We're gonna go through the distributor next, make sure that, you know, there's no oil in there, stuff like that. Clean it up, do a little vacuum job. So that's it, man. We're moving along. I'm feeling really, really good. We're kind of ahead, but you know, let's keep it going. Like I said, I want to be ready a few weeks before the runoffs. I got to paint the car still. And the last thing. Let me. It's not a huge deal, but you know. Oh yeah, I'm also gonna install this guy. Got this a few months ago. Okay, again, this is the kind of stuff you start thinking about ahead. But anyways, it's just a voltmeter. Because I had my alternator went bad. And then I lost the second one, like rather quickly. So I kind of make sure the wires, redid some of the wires around. But anyways, just in case, got this little cheap voltmeter. Don't need much. I'm going to be installing that here in the next, probably by the weekend, just to make sure my alternator is always working. It's also a good way not only to know the alternator is working, but that the belt driving the alternator is on, which is my only belt. So if the voltage goes down, it's probably in the race. It probably means that I might have lost the belt. You don't want to run that way. I only got one belt, so that's it. So it's a little bit of a cautionary thing. So I know it takes some voltage, out of power out of the car, but to me that's worth it. You don't want to balloon your engine because you're running without a belt. So this also I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be installing I'm going to improve that. Obviously the shifter boot. Today I have a little light aluminum in there. Something doesn't look as nice. So this is kind of the nice to have department, you know. After I'm done with the primary real stuff. So there's my shifter area. It's got a little light aluminum down there. It's all taped up. So we're gonna throw this guy in there real nice. Put some aluminum, some thicker aluminum. Make it like a little base, and make that look real nice. Probably have to cut this a little bit to fit my shifter because mine's a little taller. So the thicker part will be here, but it's okay. I've seen it. I saw some pictures of people who did it. So this is a Miata one, but it fits. A little mod. It's all right. Okay, the other thing. So with the Runoff, the other thing I did, hugely important. I have one of these. Well, I always had these, but I've been getting the bigger Gorilla Tape. The bigger. You can see it's the double of the other one. Because I tell you what, Gorilla Tape, that's the way to go, man. I mean, I buy the ISC Racers tape, but no competition. The Gorilla Tape is much better, in my opinion. So I got me that one here for inside the shop. I already had one, but that one ran out, and it was just a smaller one. So I think it's worth to always. I guess the point is it's worth it to buy the bigger one. The way I use it, I always using the tape, and I got one on my travel bag. The other thing I was doing is going through my inventory of decals. So I'm looking good. Got all my required ones here. I haven't finished going through them, but started going through it because after I paint, I gotta put the official stuff in. Got the old USA baby. Let's go. Got my inside ones, just to pretend. I can barely run a CCA. And I also got my INSA patch. Yes. Of course, I did not race IMSA, but I want to. And I got a Sunoco from last year's runoff, so I'm going to put that one on the uniform as well. And so anyways, I got the required ones here. Here's all the extra stuff, Tilton, MSD, you name it. Got more Hoosiers. I got my other Hoosiers here. Got lots of the Sunoco from last year's runoffs. So I'm going to be putting some of those in the car. Got me another flag from, this is actually a flag from Hawk Performance. And then this thing is full of stickers as well, so I got to go through that. I also got to go through my Star Wars stuff, my Star Wars stickers. I had to order some. But of course, already in the fold, we've got my main guy who was with us in the runoffs last year. Baby Yoda's coming back. So, Baby Yoda's coming again to the runoffs. So, pretty excited about that. Bought that a few months ago. I was like, gotta have Baby Yoda back. So anyways, just going through the stickers, the decals. So we're gonna be painting the car. Gotta make sure you have the official ones. So after we paint, we obviously got a decal. This time I'm gonna put a little less decals. Just gonna go sort of the official ones and my Star Wars stuff, and that's gonna be about it. So anyways, that's what's going on here, people. Yeah, so let me go finish cleaning. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys got any questions, go ahead and put in the comments or something, and subscribe, man. If you're not subscribing, actually my subscribers are going up, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's still, only got like a few. I'd like to get some more, but it's not a big deal. Anyway, signing off. I think for tonight it's going to be it. Finish cleaning, Finish cleaning the cables, tie them up real good. Already got the oil in, and then put the plugs back in, and then tomorrow we'll start it. Sounds good and everything. We'll put the tires on and try to schedule time at the dyno, and then we'll take it. I will probably just take it without this and everything. I don't need that. So just take it nice and raw to the dyno and rock and roll. So that's what's going on right here. Star Wars Racing Incorporated. SCCA Runoffs Preparation 2022, baby. Let's go.